decent little NBA slate. So let's bring in our good buddy Nick Camedy, who we hear from all the time. Nick, Scott, and Gabe, what's going on tonight, my friend? How are you?
How's it going, guys? Just actually watching the good Thursday night football game. It's rare. I'm enjoying it. Hoping the Seahawks can keep it close. It's probably the best game of the year so far in terms of competitiveness on a Thursday night.
What, did you have anything in the game? Did you like?
Going into the game, I was taking a peek at the over. My dad was telling me all week he thinks 42.5 is too low. Here, I looked into it probably the last 48 hours. It seemed low. This game started out a little bit hot. Puka Nacua continues to just dominate. The guy's absolutely unbelievable. And when you take a peek at both offenses, you would expect both of them to play into the 20s. So it seemed low to me, despite both teams having a good defense. I will say this, Sam Darnold with the bright lights is a little scary, so that could be factored in as well. But 42.5 seemed a little bit low to me heading into tonight.
It's really starting to come down there now when they just come back from a break. It's been pouring in the Pacific Northwest, and it always rains, but it's been raining. Like there's floods and they're setting, it rains a lot when they're setting records in Vancouver and Seattle for rain. Like it's raining now, but it doesn't seem to be stopping them. Like they're not getting stopped because of the rain. They didn't get held to field goals because of the rain there. But yeah, total I see a 44.5 now. But guys, we were talking about the NBA Cup the other night, Scott, about I want to fade the Knicks, and what about fading the Spurs coming off the NBA Cup stuff, Nick? And lo and behold, here are the New York Knicks right now getting all that they can handle in this basketball game. 95-94 Knicks. They're up by 1 with like 8 minutes left, and the Spurs are only up by 4 at the half on the Wizards.
Yeah, it's been a weird week. I was also the Hornets giving the Hawks a lot of problems. It's been a weird day. It's been a weird week. I'm actually going to kind of zero in tonight on a game that hasn't tipped off yet. I know you guys are watching OKC probably. OKC's, I think, headed into the half right now. I liked OKC's team total over tonight going into tonight's game. I'm actually taking a look at the Kings team total. This is rare, the under for the Kings. I'm not a huge under guy, but the Sacramento Kings are missing a lot of points right now with Zach LaVine being out, Sabonis being out. They were averaging 110.8 points with them in the lineup, 107.1 points with Sabonis out. I just don't see the Kings being able to, 114.5 is a pretty high total. That's expecting them to contribute to the team or to the game total here going into the 230s. I just don't see it happening. I think 114.5 is too much. The Blazers have Klingon back. They have Williams back to help defend what's already a depleted Sacramento roster. A really high game total adds to the point here of if the Kings aren't going to win this game, which I don't think they're going to, they're definitely not scoring over 114.5, barring an anomaly in this game, in my opinion.
I've noticed, Nick, with this Portland team, for whatever reason, the odds always seem a little off to what I'm thinking it's going to be. Like the boys in Vegas seem to like this team for some reason. They're sitting at 10-16. And maybe that's a little bit better than what I thought it would be. But are you surprised that even tonight -9? I mean, I know that the other team, like I said, is all banged up, but still almost a double-digit favorite for Portland.
I agree. I think that's kind of why. This number, I expected to be not interested in the Kings number because of a huge spread, but the total's so high as well. They're expecting an absolute shootout here. They're expecting the Portland Trailblazers to pour it on. I think a little bit to do with it is that they beat the Thunder earlier in the season, but they've had some bad losses and 10 wins. I don't know. I think 9 points for a Portland team is a lot against anybody. I'm with you on that one. That's kind of why I'm zeroed in more on the total on this one, kind of hitting the under there.
What about the over in the Laker-Jazz game? It's a high number, but we know the Jazz don't play defense, and the Jazz like to run and gun. And then you got Phoenix and Golden State, guys. Technically, wow, right, that's a pretty good game right there. Phoenix have been a surprise this year, and they got Devin Booker back as well. What am I missing on that one? That's a pretty fun game there, Nick. I've been focused on the football, though. I can't lie, with the bowl and stuff, so I haven't really handicapped the NBA tonight, but I'm intrigued by over in the Laker game, and what do you think of that Phoenix Warrior game?
Yeah, I love the over in the Lakers game. I think that's a great pick. The Lakers play fast. The Lakers are a fun team, so I expect them to score fast on a team that, like you said, doesn't play much defense. That Suns game's interesting to me. I just went and watched – I went out to Golden State to watch the Wolves play Golden State. That Golden State team, that roster – It's not very good outside of a couple guys. It's very very top heavy roster.
That's putting it kindly.
I'm with you. Yeah, it's gotten to the point now where like when Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler aren't in the lineup, it's like, who are these guys? You're banking on Pajemski to have a big. It's not good.
in Phoenix tonight too, guys. What am I missing on this? No respect for the Phoenix Suns.
I'm in Scottsdale. I was uninvited to this game last minute. My girlfriend will be at the game tonight. I was telling her all night, I think that this is going to be a fun game for the Suns. I think they're going to see a win. I don't understand why I think the Warriors opened as a favorite. I don't know if they closed as a favorite or if they're closing as a favorite right now. But like you guys just said, you got Devin Booker back. The Suns they've been exceeding expectations throughout the season already, and they're going up against a Golden State team that has been disappointing and seems like they're over the hump in terms of age, and all of the youth on that team is borderline terrible. So I'm going to stick with the Suns Nick. Tonight.
You know it. You're down there. You know, the Suns last year, the last couple of years, they didn't care. Bradley Beal was like, I don't even want to get traded. I'm making $50 million. And like Durant is KD is KD. There was no intensity, right? They didn't have depth, but there's no intensity. You can't not help but have intensity when Dylan Brooks is on your team. Just point blank. He changes everything. Like he changes the attitude of other players.
It's crazy. I've never seen someone be ruder to the refs than Dylan Brooks up close. It's crazy. The guy, is so heated. Everybody hates him. Like everybody besides his own team hates him. But like you mentioned, it raises the intensity of the game. It gives them a competitive edge. And I would love Dylan Brooks to be on my team. I just hate going up against him. And when you get volume shooter Dylan Brooks on a Suns team that needs him to score, he's even more involved in the game than he was last year with the Rockets. I agree with everything you just mentioned. It's a competitive group. You got Devin Booker to hold it down on the offensive side, and they got role players that are a lot better than Golden State's. You just got to avoid a Curry flurry, and they should walk away with a home win tonight.
All right. I know you got some NFL props for this weekend, but let me go back to OKC for a second. You like their team total to start the game. They're at 64 at the half. They're giving you 124.5 for the game, so 61 more points. Do you still like it, or would you not play that right now?
I'd probably sit that one out just because the fourth quarter might slow down a little bit in this game, but I will stick with OKC, looking at their team total over 116.5 for tomorrow night. They're going up against my Timberwolves. This game's being played in Minnesota. If Anthony Edwards plays, I would say to take a peek at the game over, but just to play it safe, 116.5 for an OKC team against a Wolves team that they're probably going to dismantle, especially the way the Wolves are on the worst 7-3 run I've ever seen from a team. The morale is low in Minnesota right now for the way that they've been playing. And before Jalen Williams even returned, they were already averaging 119.5 points per game, shooting 48%. Since he's been back, they're averaging 126. This team is insane. It's just not even fun at this point. You just got to hope Wemby goes on a crazy run or Jokic goes Jokic mode in the playoffs to knock these guys out, because I truly don't know, barring injury, if there's any other way to slow down an OKC team that is just an absolute train right now.
All right. We'll take a break. You got time? We'll bring you out for a second segment and we'll go through the NFL picks. This way we don't have to rush with you with that. We're talking with Nick Cammody. ZoneCoverage.com is the website. At the Real Tiny Nick is his Twitter handle, at the Real Tiny Nick. I'll tell you, they're in a break here. Rams got the football. They're down 7-6. Nice little punt return, so they're in pretty good field position at the Seattle 49-yard line.
And remember, they were plus 7.5. Which was wild when it was 7-0. They were plus 7.5. And here they are with the ball, 7-6.
Yep. 1.5 now.